Hola clase, ¿cómo están? Excelente! And welcome back to Tuesdays with Senor Cao Cao. So today we're going to focus on the verb estar. And at this point, we're still doing Spanish 2 and 3 together because we're pretty much covering the same thing. So here we go. Here is your warm-up. Okay. So it says, completa con estar y una emoción. Complete with the verb estar and an emotion. So I'm looking for two words on each one of these. So number one should say, Pablo is tired. Number two, they are happy, they are excited, anything like that, okay? So go ahead, saquen papel, take out paper, and go ahead and pause the video now. All right, so number one should say, Pablo está cansado. Número dos, ellos están contentos. Okay, this is están because it's they are. And you'll notice it's contentos because we're describing multiple people at the same time. Número tres, nosotras estamos nerviosas. This is nerviosas because you can see this is AS, nosotras. Everyone in this group is a female. We are nervous. All right, número cuatro, yo estoy tranquilo. If you said something like estoy bien, it's fine. Número cinco, tú estás enojado. You are angry. And número seis, just to practice with it for a second, vosotros. This would be vosotros estáis enfermos. In Spain, that would be how someone says, man, y'all are sick. Y'all need to go home. Vosotros estáis enfermos. Okay, so let me go ahead and announce we have a test coming up, and here's what it covers. You can write this down, take a screenshot, anything like that. So, test Thursday, we'll cover these things. Ser plus adjectives, like soy, eres, es, as well as things like alto, viejo, things like that. It covers estar and two things with estar, emotions and locations. So you need to be able to say things like cansado, nervioso, dentro, lejos, things like that, okay? As well as stressed syllable, things like profesor, atlético, etc., okay? Okay, so next thing is if anyone's interested, and please share this around if you know somebody, this Thursday night at 7 p.m., I'm holding an esports interest meeting. This is for anybody who would like to try out for our teams. At the meeting, we will discuss fees, tryouts, and activities of the EHS esports team. The meeting will be on Thursday, August 20th, which is this Thursday, at 7 p.m. on Google Meet. Information to join the meeting will be announced on Remind. To join the esports Remind list, text this message to the number 81010. It's at A8H9F4. Okay, and again, the games we'll be doing this year, League of Legends, Rocket League, and Smite. All right, so share that with somebody, please, if you know anybody who's a gamer or would like to be competing against other Georgia high schools. Okay, now let's have a look here. So here's a little practice PowerPoint. So I'm going to either ask ¿Cómo está? Or ¿Dónde está? Okay, and you will say está, which is like he or she is, even it is, está. Okay, all right, clase, and I'll try to give you just a minute to answer. ¿Cómo está, SpongeBob? Está contento, alegre, feliz. Clase, ¿cómo está? Está triste or deprimido. ¿Cómo está? This is where we didn't really go over together. We should have. Bored is the word aburrido. Aburrido. Bored. Clase, ¿cómo está? Está nervioso. ¿Cómo está? Está emocionado. Está muy contento, muy feliz, muy alegre. ¿Cómo está? I want y'all to know this word for tired. And keep in mind, we're describing a woman. Está cansada. Cansada. Right? ¿Cómo está? Está tranquilo. Está bien. ¿Cómo está? Está enfermo. ¿Cómo está? Está enojado. Now, if there are any of these you don't know, study, study, study. Okay, there's going to be no surprise on the quiz. The test is Thursday. It will be that day. No doubt, no question. Está enojado. If you have trouble with the word, you can make up mnemonics, which we're going to talk about today as well. But like the word enojado is not an easy word. So think of it like enough I've had. Enojado. Enough I've had. Enojado. Any little thing like that, it helps you remember. All right, can I say, ¿dónde está? ¿Dónde está? Está en Nueva York. ¿Dónde está? Está en Egipto, en África. ¿Dónde está? Está en Italia. ¿Dónde está? Está en California. ¿Dónde está? Está en Sydney, Australia. ¿Dónde está? Está en Japón, en Tokio, Japón. ¿Dónde está? Go by the flag. Está en México. ¿Dónde está Waldo? If you really, really want to find it, you can pause here. Waldo está aquí. All right, muy bien. Okay, next, let's see what we got here. All right, next, let's go over what I call the words of position. Okay, so again, on this sheet that I gave you on Google Classroom, at the top you have your verb estar. On the left we have your emotions, which we've been practicing. And today I want to have a look here on the right. These are how to say things like next to, close, underneath, etc. So let's start by saying them. Al lado, cerca, debajo, delante, dentro, fuera, detrás, encima, lejos, alrededor. Now, that one's kind of tricky to say if you're saying it right. Okay, so let me show you. Let me open a new document here. So you'll notice each one has a little de in parentheses. So al lado de means next to or beside. It literally says to the side of. So in English we do this sometimes, like in front of, inside of. But in Spanish you can say things like near of, under of. So you kind of throw it in. The basically is very simple to know when to put this is when something comes right after. Okay, for example, if you want to say my friend is near, you say mi amigo está cerca. My friend is near. If you want to say what he's near, mi amigo está cerca de la escuela. My friend is near the school. So we put the de because something has come right after it. Mi amigo está cerca de la escuela. Okay, so that's how that works. So you can say near or near the school. Okay, so al lado de, or al lado is next to or beside. Cerca is close. Debajo is under. Delante, in front of. Dentro, inside. Fuera, outside. Detrás, behind. Encima, on top. Lejos, far. Alrededor means around. Okay, now I've made a little way to remember each one of these. So let me see if I can have all this on the screen at the same time. I think I can. There we go. There. I'm still here. Good. Okay. So there's a little way that I made to remember each one to make them really, it really cuts down on how hard they are. So any little thing, it's almost like cheating if you're good enough at it. So for example, when I was in Spanish class, I needed to learn the word for arm. Arm is brazo. And I was thinking, well, it doesn't sound like arm. How can I remember that brazo is arm? So I like to draw, so I drew this little metal arm on my piece of paper, and I said it was made of brass. That is a brazo. So every time since then, I can picture a brass arm and be like, brazo is arm. It's a huge shortcut. It's called a mnemonic. It's a way of remembering something. So here are mine for these. So al lado is next to. So imagine your friend Al is next to you, like al lado. Cerca is close. Think of Pac-Man. Pac-Man gets very close when he's about to eat something. Makes a C. Cerca, close. Okay. The word debajo means underneath. So we're going to go down low. Repitan. Debajo. Debajo. You make your voice real low. Delante sounds like a name. So imagine there's this big dude named Delante, and he is right in front of you. And that's very important to remember. You can't get by. And you say, Delante, move. You're in front of me. Delante. Okay? Another one, dentro. The dentist goes inside your mouth. Dentro. Fuera means outside. So you go out in your yard, and who's there but Kanye West? And you go, Fwah! You're so excited. You're so surprised to see Kanye West outside your house. Fwah! Next is detrás. We just go like this. Detrás. Detrás. Behind. Encima. So when you're on top of the world, you say yes, which in Spanish is sí. So you go encima. Encima. Lejos is far. So have you ever been walking through the carpet barefoot and there are some Legos and you step on them and you feel like you're going to die? So you want to be far from the Legos. You want to be lejos from the Legos. You want to be lejos from the Legos. And then alrededor, just imagine going around the door. Okay, like a revolving door maybe. All right, so repita en clase. Al lado, cerca, debajo, delante, dentro, fuera, detrás, encima, lejos, and alrededor. I know those seem crazy, they seem weird, but I'm telling you guys, it's a lot better than looking at this whole wall of words here, okay? So it's going to be a huge help. All right. Now, let's do this. All right, I'm going to show you what your writing assignment is. I'm going to put this on Google Classroom. So your writing assignment is this. It says, draw a picture that includes objects and or people that are next to, underneath, far from, behind, etc., each other. Write 5 sentences describing exactly where these things are in relation to one another. Okay? Now, I haven't decided if this is going to be a grade yet because it's a very small assignment. Well, let's just call it a practice. So here's my example. I've made this picture. You can draw one. And it says, La chica está debajo de la mesa. The girl is under the table. You can say the books are on top of the table. So make your own drawing. You could make it with dogs, food, whatever it is, and describe where one thing is in relation to another. Okay, I want to see 5 sentences in total and a picture. You can just draw it on a sheet of paper and submit a photo of that. All right, it's going to be a fairly small assignment. Okay. Let me see if there's anything left that I want to go over to. Remember that we have Quizlet. It's quizlet.com/senorcalcal is all you need. And you'll find it. There is ser, estar, and ser and estar. And the last one is position picks. Let me pull up this one. Okay, let me show you just a few examples here. All right, so if perro is dog and mesa is table, if you wanted to say the dog is on top of the table, let me give you a minute. The dog is on top of the table. This would be el perro está encima de la mesa. Okay, let's do one more. Because I actually have to run and take care of something. All right, the dog is under the chair. This would be el perro está debajo de la silla. Okay, we'll do one extra one. All right, let's do the dog is next to the box. Use your notes. It's on your sheet. El perro está al lado de la caja. The dog is to the side of the box. Okay, so there you go. Those are just some examples, and there are a few more, like this one. The dog is inside the house. El perro está dentro de la casa. The dog is outside the house. El perro está fuera de la casa. Okay, here's one just to show you one with multiple. The dogs are behind the fence. Los perros están detrás de la cerca. And just one final one to leave it off with. The dog is far away. El perro está lejos. El perro está cerca. Okay? All right. So I'm going to leave it there. And so go ahead, do all this practice, take care of your assignment, send that in. Again, it's just for practice, but it's good practice. Remember to study for your test on Thursday. All right. I will see you then. Adios.